I got a worm rig for summertime I bet a lot of you guys never heard of. You ready to run guns? Time for blast off. Let's go. Hey guys, Todd here with you. Welcome back to Bassin 101. Truck talking, old school, new worm rig. Yeah, this is something I haven't thrown in a long time, but I used to throw it back in the day, and I'm actually considering doing it again. And that's just using a plastic worm here in the summertime. But the way I throw it, or the way I used to throw it back in the day, and like I said, I'm going to start doing it again because I haven't done it in so long, is putting that plastic worm on a jig. How many of you guys ever heard of that? It's called a Jig-N-Worm. You know, it was made popular back in the 70s and 80s. Kind of fizzled out. Matter of fact, I haven't seen anything on YouTube except for the old videos that even mention it. Tommy Martin did, Denny Brower did. I got to thinking about that, and I was kind of like, you know, I actually caught fish on that years ago. I mean, I know it's kind of weird sounding. I mean, imagine putting a Mr. Twister on the back of a jig, or maybe a Zoom U-tail, or a Zoom speed worm, or something like that, you know. Like, what? That sounds kind of crazy. You know, most of my worms are purple. Actually, all of my worms are purple that I've chosen in my box. So I had a purple and blue Stanley jig, so I just put a little bit of bluish green tinsel in it, so I could throw either June bug or electric grape on the back of that jig, and I'm good to go. Just a standard 5/16 jig. I mean, nothing fancy. But how many of you guys ever heard about that, putting a worm on the back of a jig? Now, I ain't talking about a plastic trailer like a crawfish or a chunk trailer type. I'm talking about an actual plastic worm, even a straight tail worm. Personally, I threw curl tails in mine. I mean, even the big gator tails back then. I remember putting a gator tail on the back of a jig. Yeah, I mean, it's summertime. It's something fish don't see anymore. And it's a completely different presentation. I mean, here you got this jig, but you got this worm going behind it. Now, the length of the worm's up to you. I mean, you can use the whole entire worm if you want. Just make it one big long package with a big old skirt head, or you know, you pinch it in half and put it on there. Just have just enough of a trailer to make a difference. It's up to you. You know, the shorter you make that worm, the smaller the profile you make it, naturally. But that's a worm rig that I'm sure most of you guys have never heard of or even thought of. I'm sure a lot of the older guys that's on this channel, I guarantee they've thrown it, or at least have heard of it. And it's just you know, if you're throwing a worm and you're not getting nothing, try that rig. If you're throwing a jig with your standard type trailers and you're not getting nothing, try that jig. You don't even have to color match it. Kind of like a jig and a trailer. You ain't got to color match it. But it is, I mean, I think I would color match it myself. That's just me. That's why I put the purple blue jig in there to go with those purple worms I got. It can go June bug and go electric grape, either one. But I mean, it's, like I said, something they don't see anymore, or haven't seen in a long time. So what do you guys think? So until next time, remember, new techniques are trendy, but bass never change. May the Father bless you and keep you in Yeshua's name, and as always, fish on.